Reinforcements arrive. There are void fissures in the area. Use these to crack open a relic. You're near a fissure.
Probably a bad place for... Alright, so today we're going to be going over one of my most favorite male frames to actually play in the game. Today we're going to be going over my personal build of Revenant. Now on my PC account, I just recently got Revenant Prime and also tossed a bunch of format into them to copy over my Switch build. I'm sorry, PC recording is just a lot better. Nothing against you guys that play on Switch. My main account's on Switch. This is my secondary account, but let's dive into today, shall we? Let's kill the enemies, and we're gonna go Air Trooper, maximum. Alright, so let's go over some of the abilities. Now if you notice, I do technically have a slot that has been subsumed. If you notice, I don't have the 4, which is his Dense Macabre. Now the reason why is because I don't really like the ability. It doesn't scale well to Steel Path, but Armor Stripping does. So let's go over some of the basic abilities over here. First we have his 1, which I like to call Mini Maker. So you can see on the top right, as I'm getting more of them under my control, that damage number goes up. Now, for this particular build, it's capped out at 7, so that's 380% extra damage. So you can see all that extra damage number. Next, of course, we have Mesmer Skin, which is basically the I don't care about damage, negation sort of aspect. And we got Reeve, which flies towards the enemies and flies me off the stage, and that recovers health. And of course, we also have Terrify, which turns off their armor. Granted, 60%, but 60% is a lot better than nothing. Cast it twice, and they are armorless. Alright, so let's have a look at the build, shall we? Now, first things to note, there is a couple things to this build. It does require one of his augments. And I say this because that's the way that I particularly built this one. Now I'm going to say that there is multiple different ways to build Revenant. And depending on how you choose to use them, there is a difference. So for example, you can see I have 2 different builds for Revenant. Today we're just going over the Mesmer Prime build. Now what this entails is a decent amount of range, a very, very focused strength, and also a decent amount of duration. So we have Energy Siphon, as usual. I don't know why it's just the right slot. And, you know, extra energy is always nice. We have Power Drift, adding some extra strength, and also knockback resistance. Always a good thing. We got Blinding Rage. Efficiency for most Warframes is not exactly super important, so that's where you can get some extra off of that. Then we got stretch, which adds more to range, constitution, duration is always nice, primed flow, the regular flow also works in this situation as well. We got Thrall Pact. This I believe you get from Steel Meridian, or sorry, no, Red Veil. Red Veil. You get that from Red Veil along with the Mesmer Shield, which I will go over in a future episode, so stay tuned for that. Then we got Transient Fortitude, which ups your strength, tosses down duration a little bit. We got, of course, Nira's Hatred, which adds more health, not necessarily a huge requirement, but it adds duration, and it's also the right polarization slot as well. Then we have also Continuity, which adds some more duration. So as you can see, not super difficult. Now the two kick guns that I have equipped, I will go over these two in a different video, along with the Bolt Ace, which is something I'm still kind of experimenting with. But let's go into a few missions, shall we?
Will you help us, Tenno, in our cause?
A lone Tenno operative is raiding this ship for supplies. You are here to distract the enemy. Trigger the alarm. They have just shut down all systems. I'm sending life support capsules your way.
See, and the funny thing is, you can see them all spreading. That's a very nice ability. So, you know, I'm amazed if they get paid for sleeping on the job.
Suffering goes, coasting along a coast yet thinking colder than snow. Foes and overroaches knows you go with your flow. A bitter tide to fight currents, commotions go. Pulling over the world, will you reap what you sow? Sticking out like a black sheep, your fleece can glow. I am sick of the war, they pretend for these hoes. Trying to fit into a crowd that ain't proud of your growth. Like a horoscope warning of the horrors in scope, I would readily burst among stars in our trope. Cosmic
There's that number at the top right going up. Those are the amount of minions that I have. And also the amount of damage that I get my attack buffed up.
I delivered a life support capsule to the area.
Intelligent to prove
Activating
anything,
it
but
will
an
buy
answer
you
came
more
to me,
time.
examining a room to see a teacher using teaching ability for the mentally. Significant effort from a student while preaching. No common sense became an uncommon anomaly. Case-to-case basis for faces like Casey. Could it be me as a learning disability? Diagnosing me for why you couldn't properly teach? Hating me, eh? No, nor did I see. Grading by those qualified and eligible to speak. And there shouldn't be an educated mission for me. Simply because I look at everything differently. Your news ain't news to me. Critiquing ain't new to me. So try to show class with the design of the reach. You can please repeat for me my lack of capability. I attempt to break it down to a molecular degree for you to see your possibilities impossible to reach. Constructive critique and comprehensible feat. Part of me will authorize another fucking critique. Cosmic cognitions and minus humans lose the shine. Submissive to their design. Did I remind myself that it isn't worth dying?
Life support on the way.
With crystals losing the shine. Seeming to lose track of life. Beside myself, is it even worth trying? Thunder is impressive, but lightning does work. And I like to soar through stars, ignite your light on my work. No better way to showcasing a display of fireworks than to orbit our globe, setting stage for how fireworks. Only I could actually believe in my words. Sweet enough for my bottom, there could be nothing worse. But the death of me first, another bubble to burst. Tumbling through life without a thing to call
another life
yours.
support
30
capsule.
years old, nothing to claim as my own. Every relationship, career choice, home with the soul. But either lack of confidence or those who couldn't condone me from being simply me, continuing on my own. Let me tell you the soul, it hurts being alone. Without direction or protection or a end to call home. Feeling joy soon, know the clouds finally form.
So I'd explain a little bit about how this particular build works. The more strength you have means the more of a buff you'll get. the more range you have means that you can mind control a few more enemies. But I believe there is a cap at 7. Alright, so with that being said, I do hope that this video did kind of go to prove that Revenant is a very viable warframe. Now, about him being called brain dead, in some retrospects I kind of agree, because really, all you really need to build for is his Mesmer skin, but he can be very versatile even with some weaker weapons, if you build him with Thrall Pact. Now, I do plan to make a follow-up video. He has a pretty good warframe to include on your index builds, and I might be doing a follow-up with that particular build, so stay tuned for that. But anyways, thank you all for coming in, and I hope to see you again sometime soon. Bye for now.